go ahead and touch on Auburn real quick because I know a lot of people, want to hear this too. And for like I said yesterday, you got to give credit to Cal first, right? Cal
Mhm.
flew from California to Auburn, Alabama, and SEC country and beat their ass in every aspect. They were the aggressor. Cal was, right? I mean, it just it's the truth. But when you look at Auburn going forward, there's some pieces there that you really like, but Payton Thorne can't be the quarterback, and this guy can't do it at this level. If he was Jackson Arnold's age or he was a young guy, yeah, like it's a process. He's got to learn and go through it. This man's been playing college football for 5 years. He's DJU, right? Like we know who he is. The fact that you can go from so on point early to just being god awful, and Auburn's offensive line struggled yesterday, especially against the blitz. But watch the way that Cal's quarterback, who they were down 3 offensive linemen, by the way, it's why they couldn't run the ball. Watch the way he handled the blitz. And watch Payton Thorne absolutely panic. Just panic. And you could watch him. Like Mendoza was getting rid of the ball. It's called throwing the hot. I know Hugh Freeze has hots built in to his offense, right? Even if it's the back just shooting out of the backfield because you got outside pressure. And it's not all on Payton Thorne. But I just don't know how at this point Payton Thorne can be the quarterback at Auburn, like for 2 years in a row. And I think there's a reason you saw Hugh Freeze kind of regret not going to the transfer portal. And here's the problem you have if you're Hugh Freeze. If you continue to let Payton Thorne just play regardless of how bad he is, how can you ever look at another position group and be like, oh, you didn't play good, so we're going to replace you? Because and I'm not saying what's behind Payton Thorne is any better, but if Payton Thorne doesn't get taken out, if he can just play awful, right, it's not just on him. But if he can just play awful and not get taken out, David, how can you ever look at a left guard and be like, man, you didn't play good, we got to replace you? Because he's like, what? Well, the quarterback, I mean, that must be your boy then, because y'all don't replace him. He can be awful again, and doesn't get replaced. Give this man a clipboard. Let's start the coaching career. Like he just hell, I'd rather let a young guy go in there and throw 4 picks and look that bad. Because, he looks scared. I don't know another way to put it. Like, I can sit here and lie to you. Like, he looked like he did against A&M. Like me watching long legs. And, again, it's not just on him, right? But at least, the other quarterback made plays when Auburn brought pressure, and they weren't blocking anybody up front.
Blaine, you haven't believed in Payton Thorne from the jump. But my question for you is, like, he has Coach Hugh Freeze's blessing, right? Like, not only did Hugh Freeze bring him in, but he stood by him after last season. Like, at what point does the blame go to Coach Freeze?
It's already on Coach Freeze.
Yeah, Buck's
I think it's already on Coach Freeze. We shouldn't even be talking about this. All right. How Auburn doesn't get a quarterback out of the portal, I will never know. I seriously, well, not even just some guy, some baller just come in here. At least some guy you can bring in to compete.
Because hell, whatever the hell's guy, we get Mendoza.
Whatever the hell that was yesterday, that wasn't Auburn football. That was embarrassing on every standpoint. And I will give Cal all the credit in the world. I thought defensive-wise from Auburn on the second half, Jake, you brought this up, from an adjustment standpoint, I think they did good. But Payton Thorne is the same guy he has always been. Keon Coleman and Kenneth Walker aren't on that field. Okay? They saved him. Okay? Saved him at Michigan State and then fooled everybody else. But I've said it since the first day he has stepped on campus that he will be mediocre at best at Auburn. And the fact that he was still out there and didn't get pulled yesterday is going to start getting fans to turn against you. And once that happens, there's no coming back. Because as Bizath walks out there on Saturday and starts and plays bad and plays the whole game, that seat is going to start heating up, brother. And it's going to start heating up quick.
Yeah, and listen, any Auburn fan, in my opinion, that thinks Hugh Freeze should be fired right now, you're just being disingenuous and over emotional. But and Hugh Freeze is a buddy of mine. I got a lot of respect for him, but we tell the truth on here. Like, I don't get paid from Auburn, I don't get paid from Alabama or any of this stuff. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You can't at this level, you can't miss at quarterback 2 years in a row. Like you can't. Like and Blaine, going back to what you said. Auburn's got tons of money in NIL. How is this guy the quarterback? How is this the guy? Go back and watch the tape. He's missing guys in the middle of the field that are wide open. Wide open. Even the pick to Cam Coleman, he led him too far.
Yeah.
Like you on 4th and 2, and I don't know if Cam was the primary read in that second drive or whatever that you threw it up. Keandre Lambert-Smith is just wide ass open on an over or a drag or whatever it was in the middle of the field. Wide open. Cal was in man. You can't read it. You can't throw it. And when you run it, you don't get a first down on 3rd down when you just go lower your head and get the first down, dude. Like, it's just, I don't know.
I'm watching Diego Pavia ball out at Vanderbilt.
Yeah. I would take 3/4 of Diego Pavia over 100%.
What I'd give for that kid in Ann Arbor right now.
Dude, I know. He's the Mike Winchell of our time.
Saturday, or how will the rest of the season play out for Auburn at the quarterback position?
Well, I mean, I think this week you got to open it up, right, in practice. I just, again, I think you lose and it's even more of an indictment. I would rather watch Walker White, that freshman, go out there and make mistakes and learn from them than watch a 30-year-old. Like it's almost like, and again, I'm sure Payton's a good guy. It's almost like in prison when you may parole a 25-year-old that may have committed his first offense, even though it was bad, like 3 years in. Hey, it's one mistake. He's going to learn. He's going to fix it. The 65-year-old career criminal that's got like 25 felonies, you ain't putting him back out in the street. He's just an ass. Like, this isn't like, this is who Payton Thorne is. It's DJU, man. I'm telling you. It's
quick. Chat. Quit bringing up Michigan and Auburn like we're in the same realm. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
Michigan had quarterback problems this year, but they won a national championship last year.
I would love to have that problem. I would love to have that problem. I would love because our quarterback got drafted by the Vikings like number 12 overall. I would love to have that problem. That's not even close. But no, if you're Auburn going forward, man, you got to give another guy a shot. It's just not fair to the team to keep putting this guy out there. Like, it's just, and you know what the sad part is? Who knows what you're paying him in NIL? Who knows? Pure robbery with that performance. And again, it's not just on Payton Thorne. I want to make sure people understand that. Auburn's offensive line wasn't great either. The right tackle was beat up. But look at the way that Mendoza handled pressure. All right. A guy that's got a lot less high-level snaps than Payton Thorne. And watch the way Payton Thorne handled pressure. And I think that'll show you about the internal player that is there. And the plays that can be made and the decision making. You got to be able to throw the hot. We talked about with David Pollock. You got to replace the blitz with the ball. Auburn's just an okay football team. We need to move on.
All right, let's go to.
Go ahead.
Let's go to Alan. Alan, what's up? He says, "Why is everybody hating on Auburn, guys? I got them winning the Music City Bowl. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Smells like Shreveport."
Yeah. All right, let's go to John Green. He says, if my man Freeze can beat Bama with Bo Wallace 2 years in a row, how bad is Payton Thorne?
Yeah, dude, I'd take Bo Wallace right now. Give me Bo Wallace right now. Hell, just give me Bo and half a Wallace. I'd take that.
Let's go to Tyler W. What's up, Tyler? He says, guys, I'm more worried about the offensive line play. If Cal can do that to us, Georgia's going to kick our ass.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Like, there's more than just the Payton Thorne problem, and that's an even bigger problem. Hell, Mendoza was 90% completion percentage at halftime and threw it like 19 times. Like, Auburn in man coverage has no feel. They don't read receivers at all. But they adjusted in the second half, man. Like, they did. You got to give. It wasn't the defense.
From a scheme-wise in the first half, I saw some 3-3-5 stuff, but one thing that does upset me. You can't only beam 3 and get shredded in the air.
Yeah. You can't. That's what does he say? Fat and stupid's a terrible way to go through life. If I'm gonna rush 3, your ass may run it, but you ain't throwing it. You actually saw a little bit early in that game of what Alabama A&M did to Auburn in that first game with some of the spacing stuff, David. And then Auburn kind of adjusted, and then Auburn realized, hey, we're just gonna have to heat this cat up. and Mendoza handled it pretty well. A lot of the plays down the field in man coverage were underthrows, which are tough to defend, but you got to have some feel as a DB. But it wasn't the defense yesterday, and not saying the defense is going to be great. You can't score 14 points against Cal, and Justin Wilcox, a heck of a coach.